Children, now we are going to understand about bridges. I know you all have seen different types of bridges. Okay, so first of all, let us understand how bridges are helping us. Bridges help us to cross rivers, lakes, railway tracks, and busy roads. They act as link between places. So, as in earlier times, what people used to do, they used to make bridges with the help of wooden planks or bamboo poles as bridges. Later, they started using ropes, stones and bricks. But if I talk about modern bridges, nowadays bridges are made of concrete and steel. Now I will explain you about different types of bridges. Here we go. Now we are going to understand about beam bridge. It is the oldest and simplest kind of bridge, and it is also known as girder bridge. Now it is made of horizontal beams called girders. It is made up of horizontal beams and known as girders. Next thing is that in its most basic form, it consists of horizontal beams supported at each end by vertical support of pillars. It is supported by many pillars, and those when it is supported by many pillars, and those many pillars are called piers. A long beam bridge is supported by many pillars and it is known as piers. Now, the beam can be made of wood, metal or concrete. Now, next thing is that the distance between any two pillars is called the span of the bridge. The distance between two pillars, the distance between any two pillars is called the span of the bridge. Now, a few examples I can give you about beam bridge, and they are flyovers. Examples of beam bridge: flyovers, okay, for people to cross, and pedestrian bridges, okay, like we have if I tell you about this one, Treasure Island, so there is also a bridge, okay, so for crossing, so for pedestrians. So here people are using these types of beam bridges. Moving ahead to next bridge. Now we are going to understand about next bridge, that is arch bridge. An arch bridge is shaped like a semicircular structure or arch. In olden days they were built of bricks and stones. These days they are made of concrete and steel. At both ends of an arch bridge there are structures called abutments which support the load of the bridge. So abutments, what is the use of abutment? The use of abutment is to support the load of the bridge. Now moving ahead to cantilever bridge. Cantilever bridge is also a bridge which is built with cantilevers. A cantilever is a horizontal beam that projects into space and is supported only at one end. It carries the load on the other end or along its length. In these bridges, separate cantilevers are joined by short span of steels. So, another bridge what I explained you is a cantilever bridge. It is a modified beam bridge and it consists of two horizontal beams joined in the center by a connecting structure. The two horizontal beams called cantilevers are anchored only on one end. Now our next bridge is suspension bridge. Suspension bridge, it is suspended in the air and supported by steel cables hung from high towers on either side of the bridge. They are longer than any other types of bridges. Now here two types of cables are used in building these bridges. One is main cable, another one is hanger cable. Now what is the use of main cable? Main cables are hung from the towers and take the main load, while hanger cables join the main cables to the roadways of the bridge. Now, another one is cable bridge, as the word only says that cables are required to make this bridge. So here, if I talk about suspension bridge, here more number of cables are required, and in cable bridge, less number of cables are required to make a cable bridge. And this is just like as suspension bridge. So only this is required that it is similar to the suspension bridge and it is also supported by cables. But in this type of bridge, less cables is used and also the towers holding the cables are shorter. Here the steel cables are very long and here cables are only very short. So children, I hope you all understood the lesson which was based on building bridges and builders. So now watch your videos carefully and then if any doubt you can ask me.